Today's lesson is an introduction to angles. Some of what we're going to be looking at are familiar to you. Let's start with the parts of an angle. An angle is formed by two rays with a common endpoint. This endpoint is called a vertex. The rays are called the sides. To name an angle, we use this symbol that you can see on your screen for an angle. Do not confuse the symbol for an angle with the symbol for less than. When naming angles, we are typically naming them using three letters. The middle letter must always represent the vertex. Angles can also be named using just the vertex if it is the only angle located in that vertex. When referring to the measure of an angle, use a lowercase m. For example, the measure of angle ABC, as we can see here, the measure of angle ABC is 60 degrees. These are four types of angles, and we will use this in order to classify angles that we're going to look at. We have acute, right, obtuse, and straight angles. Remember that acute angles measure less than 90 degrees. Right angles, and we can always determine they're right because of the box that we see. Right angles equal 90 degrees. Obtuse angles are greater than 90 degrees, and straight angles equal 180 degrees. Let's look at an example of how to determine the vertex, sides, and how to name our angles and classify. Letter A says name the vertex of the angle. Keep in mind the vertex is the point that connects the two rays of our angle. So in this problem, the vertex of the angle is angle K. Letter B says name the sides of an angle. As you can see, we have ray JK and ray KL. So we can name these as ray JK and ray KL. Remember, this is the symbol to indicate you're referring to a ray. Letter C says give three ways to name the angle. So typically, when we name an angle, we're going to use all three of our angles, and we always keep our vertex in the center. So we can name this angle as angle JKL. We could do the reverse of that and name it LKJ. But keep in mind, K has to be in the middle. And we can also name it based on the vertex, which is at K. So that could be angle K. So those are three ways that we can name the angle shown. Letter D says classify the angle. Well, as we can see, we have an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So to classify, we would classify it as obtuse. Let's continue looking at missing angle measures. Let's look at number 1 together. The measure of angle A is 12x minus 5 degrees. If x equals 9, find the measure of angle A, then classify the angle. When you are given x, what you do is you take that number and you substitute or plug it in for your variable. So in this case, we are going to substitute x with the number 9. So we're going to rewrite our problem to find the measure of angle A as being 12 times 9, because we're replacing x with 9, minus 5. we start by multiplying 12 times 9. That's going to give us 108 minus 5. So the measure of angle A would equal 103 degrees. Because this angle is greater than 90 degrees, we would classify it as obtuse. Let's look at number 3. The measure of angle H is 14 minus 2x degrees. If x equals -6, find the measure of H. So this time we're going to substitute -6 for x. So we have the measure of angle H equals 14 minus 2 times -6. So we're going to bring down our 14, bring down our subtraction sign. Now we're going to multiply 2 times -6, which is -12. Now we cannot have our double negative, so we're going to add the opposite sign. 14 plus 12 would give us 26 degrees. So the measure of angle H equals 26 degrees. This would mean, if we classify it, that it is a acute angle. Now let's look at some more advanced problems. Let's look at number 6. The measure of angle J is x plus 7, and the measure of angle K is 12x minus 27. If the sum of the measures of the angles is 123 degrees, find the measure of each angle. Well, the first thing we need to do is figure out what x equals. So we are going to find the sum of the measure of angle J plus K. We know it equals 123, so this would look like x plus 7 plus 12x minus 27. So again, all I did was I took the measure for angle J, the measure for angle K. Together, they equal 123 degrees. Now we're going to combine our like terms. X combines with 12x. So when we add 1x plus 12x, that gives us 13x. Then we have a positive 7 and a negative 27. So this would read 7 minus 27, which is 7 plus negative 27, which is negative 20. So that means we have 13x minus 20, and together they equal 123. So all we did here was combine like terms. Now we're going to solve for x. So we're going to add 20 to both sides. So now we have 13x equals 143. Divide by 13. And that means that x equals 11. Now that we have x, we have to substitute. So we're going to plug in 11 for x for both the measure of angle J and the measure of angle K. Let's start with angle J. So this is x plus 11, so we substitute, or x plus 7, excuse me, we substitute 11 for x. 11 plus 7 would give us 18 degrees. So angle J is 18 degrees. Now for angle K, it is 12 times x, which is 11, minus 27. So first we multiply 12 times 11. When we multiply 12 times 11, that's going to give us 132 minus 27. When we subtract 132 minus 27. That's going to leave us with 105. So that means the angle K is 105 degrees. So that's how you find the missing angle measure. So again, we had to figure out what X was first, and then we substitute X into our equations to figure out the measure of angle J and the measure of angle K. Now let's look at number 8. This one's a little more challenging. The measure of angle R is 3 degrees less than twice the measure of angle S. So for the measure of angle R, we're going to come up with some variables that we can use for both of these. Since we just have angle S by itself, let's substitute that with the variable X. Then we have the measure of R is 3 degrees less than twice the measure of S. So if we have determined that we're going to represent the measure of angle S with X, then to figure out the measure of angle R, we would represent that with 2 times X, because that's twice the measure of S, minus the 3 degrees, because this says 3 degrees less than. So that's 2X minus 3. Together they equal 72. So we have our measure for R, which is 2X minus 3, that's the equation we wrote, plus the measure of S, which we represent with X right now. Together they equal 72. We're going to add 3 to both sides of our equation. We have 2X plus X is 3X equals 75. Divide by 3, and that means that X equals 25. So now we substitute in. So we now know that the measure of angle S equals 25 degrees, because that was our X. So to figure out the measure of angle R, we're going to substitute 2 times 25 minus 3. So that is 50 minus 3, which means the measure of angle R equals 47 degrees.